Still here at Unearthed Farm, and I wanted to show you guys something that Jordan is innovating right now, which is super freaking cool. He's got these bike trailers that he's using to deliver stuff out into the field and bring stuff back. And so he's gonna talk about how he's built these things, and it's very do-it-yourself, but easily replicatable. He's got common materials that can be found in many different places. Check it out. So I just kind of brought this, I just mentioned this on my podcast, The Ruminant. Yeah. And I have some photos of this stuff at theruminant.ca. Awesome. But anyway, this is like a minor thing. It's new to me. It might not be new to everyone, but I've discovered that 1x1 inch square aluminum tubing is pretty handy for different projects around the farm. Yeah. So I just wanted to show you. So you just built, oh wow, look at that. Well, you just did it with all these fins? Yeah, let me be clear. That one is you buy a kit from Wyke out in Ontario. Yep. And they send you this kind of hardware. Yep. And then you source the tubing, but they've sent you the bike parts. So that wasn't all me. Yeah. But this is my second Wyke trailer I've built, and I realized like, wow, this tubing is really handy to work with. So I looked up online, are there other suppliers of just connectors of different kinds? And I found one called Esto, E-S-T-O. And it turns out like for I mean, they're not cheap. These connectors are like $1.50 each. Yeah, but you can get them in all kinds of shapes. And so I just figure there's just different ways it's going to come so many applications in handy around the farm. So I'm going to build, because one thing I like, first of all, I mean it's quite light and it's relatively strong. Yeah. So what I like about it is that I'm going to build shelving for my van in different, that I can quickly change configurations with this stuff. Brilliant. because it's a little bit thinner than the lumber I'd otherwise be using, and you know. So if you're looking into my van, the thickness of the lumber I'm using takes up extra space, right? Yep. So at least it saves me half an inch per shelf, maybe even more, depending on how I use lumber. Yeah. So there's that. I don't know. Okay, so Johnny's recently, in the last year or two, started promoting building your own greenhouse benches out of top rail. I don't know if you saw that. Yes, I've seen that. Yeah. I know a guy in Kansas who does that too. Yeah. So interestingly, Johnny's had it in their PDF for their for teaching how to build your walk-in tunnel, your caterpillar tunnel, and then on a later version they took it out, and then I noticed they're starting to sell the parts for that shelf. So I think they're trying to encourage you to buy from them. Oh, right. Anyway, that's at a top rail. These connectors, I've already built one of those shelves. They're you know, on par in terms of cost, and a little simpler to build than with the parts that Johnny's are promoting. So I've got one of those in my nursery at my home. Fantastic. And I'm eventually going to build a whole bunch of them, because again, really the shelving themselves, it's all fairly small. Wow. Doesn't take up a lot of space, but confers the strength you need and that sort of thing. Super cool. Yeah. So this is how you're getting out in the field, doing your harvesting, bringing totes back? Well, this one, that's what that one will be for. This one is just like, I found this tricycle for sale in town here for $400 online, and I couldn't pass it up. Yeah. So I don't know that it's gonna work. I'll pull it out. It's not gonna be for harvest, this one. This will be for like when I'm going out to plant my greens I plant greens in 9 beds every week. I plant greens. Yeah, take the flats. So this will be for the Jang cedar and all my seeds. Okay, just to get out. But it's you know, I figured if it doesn't work, it's going to be the most. I'll rebuild the box and it'll be the most kick-ass thing to ride my kid around in someday. Totally. So anyway, I figure it'll just be fun. Yeah. This is really, I give this a 50% chance of success around the farm. But, hey, it's better than walking it out. Yeah, so these are, it's funny, I saw this for sale and I had just learned about the company previous. They're online, I think they're called, Worksman Cycles. They're out in, I think, New York State. Wow. And they make all kinds of like industrial strength bikes and trikes. You just rigged all this stuff up with the aluminum? Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's not super solid, but it's gonna do the trick, which is, that's my level of building skills. I'm the guy, by the way, who's always asking pretty dumb questions on Market Gardening Success Group when it comes to like engine maintenance and like carpentry and that sort of thing. So. Fantastic. Yeah. Pretty cool, hey? I think that's going to be helpful to a lot of farmers out there, especially if you've got long walks to bring things back in and out into the field. Talk to you guys later.